How's it going, guys? My name is RighteousNicky and welcome to my first game with Ragnaros. I actually only tried him in try mode before this game, and man, it's really it's really hard to play Ragnaros. Not only if you even manage to be some of the first picks, but on the other hand, people are actually banning him quite a lot, mostly because either he's not very understandable about. I mean, people don't really understand how to play against him yet correctly, and other people are just bad at him. So he's pretty banned at the moment in general. But I managed to get this game as a first pick for my team, and I managed to walk Ragnaros. We're also playing on Haunted Mines. These are the new Haunted Mines. I love this map. I love this map, man, and I'm so glad they returned it to the Heroes of the Storm. Now, the first bans were actually them banning Mofurn, and I banned Sylvanas because I know Sylvanas has been a pretty solid pick on the Haunted Mines. They went for a double tank plus the Haka. The Haka is pretty strong. In general, he's currently one of the meta picks. Rhaegar has been reworked, so I should try him sometime soon. Other heroes that have been reworked are Tanis and Diablo. I also want to give them a try soon as well. Now, here is a pretty nice pick of Tychus versus double tank, which is going to be awesome. Raynor from their team is pretty good pick as well, because generally the Hyperion wood is pretty good to push with the boss of Haunted Mines. Now they're going to pick Chromie. Chromie is something really annoying. And she actually did pretty well on this map with her landing a lot of Dragon Breaths on the entrance tunnels. So if you get bait, if you bait people into going into the tunnels or out, she just lands so much damage on stacked people that it's crazy. Now we're actually going to go get Karazim here as another supportish type of character. Let's see how this game went. Now I actually tested all the builds that I saw with Ragnaros on try mode. I saw basically 3 builds, which are around the 3 main spells, Q, W, and E. For this particular match, I decided to go for the Comet build because Chromie is a very annoying little annoyance that we actually don't have much range to deal with. We have a Tychus, and Tychus is a good range damage dealer, so I decided to play Ragnaros as a range damage dealer with the Comet. The Q build, I would say, is pretty good versus tanks, double tank compositions like theirs. So it would have been pretty nice if I went for a Q build if we actually had someone to take care of Chromie. E build, I think, is pretty good for massive team fights and just sustaining yourself in the chaos. Either way, I'm going to be using the W here. Actually, I'm not actually yet really used to how to use the spells. I'm going to land a pretty nice comment there. Generally, what you want to think about the comment is that it's going to roll towards the direction of the enemy is running, and most enemies don't really react yet that good to the comet. As you can see, I'm getting so much quest stacks because people just aren't sidestepping the comet and just continue on its path. Now, the bad thing about our composition is that we actually have way too many melee, and we can get freely poked by Chromie and Raynor. We're getting to do some pretty nice damage on Uriel there. I'm going to land a comment on Arthas there for the finish, and the comment there finished Uriel as well at the end of its path. You see, people aren't used to react to the comment that well. Now, I think actually Ragnaros is pretty good for this map because you can Molten Core a fort on defense, which sucks a lot of the skeleton giant damage. Now, I figured out that the Molten Core actually isn't that strong. I mean, you can do some pretty nice damage with it, but when it comes to survivability, its HP isn't that good. it's 8000 HP. That is basically like a late game choke out. Still, it's pretty good that this HP is soaked by you instead of the fort. And I'm actually going to start actually killing some of the skeletons here, but the bad thing is that Artis is going to notice me here and I'm going to die miserably to a few people here. Now, I'm not really sure how the camps are positioned currently. I've noticed that there's a 5 camp of skeletons on the north part of the mines, like on the northeast. I think that is the biggest mini camp there that will give you a lot of skulls. But in general, this is my first time on the new mines, and I haven't figured out which road is best value-wise and sort of. Now I'm going to die here. People are doing some pretty decent tradings from both teams there. Seems this is going bad for our team at the moment though. Yep, everyone is pretty low. Rhaegar has no mana. And the new Holding Mines actually has 4 entrances now. So it makes it harder for people like, let's say, Gazwo or Abator to abuse the entrances. And as you can see, Chromie is now zoning us out pretty hard. I actually have no idea how I survived here. Wonder why the hacker didn't focus on me there. Just Chromie can spam this entrance pretty heavily, especially if he keeps track of the minimap. If she sees a hero coming inside, she can just use her spells. Yeah, I feel pretty uncomfortable to be going versus Chromie there. We managed to score a kill on the Haka there. I really like the sustain potential of the Q ability on Ragnaros, because it's always nice to have some kind of sustainability on a hero. Because if your hero isn't there, or if he's dead, it's always nice for you to be able to actually, with your playing skills, to outvalue someone. And the heals really help for that. Now, one thing actually I haven't been doing, I'm not really sure if actually I have this talent yet, but one of the combat talents on either level 1, 4 or 7 allows you to redirect the comet's path once. So that makes the comet much more valuable if you actually spend time controlling it. And you do that with, yeah, I think I can do it because the button is available. But I'm not doing it because it's out of my mind currently. So you steering the comet is pretty valuable, especially if the enemies are trying to dodge it, for you to be doing maximum amount of damage. Now I'm currently not doing that, but I remembered it later in the game. And I'm going to show it that to you. Now we got, did you see that how the 3 of us HP dropped instantly? That is because Chromie timed out a perfect Dragon's Breath there, because she knew that we were coming and she just timed it perfectly, and we cannot contest them anymore because of that positioning. Now I decided to soak the lane here versus the boss. My damage isn't the best, but when he comes to the core, I'm very valuable. Now Raynor is going to be here. I'm actually going to get hit by a lot of spells, but I really try to contest Raynor a bit because he's doing a lot of CG damage as well, especially with buffing the minion wave there. So I actually try to clear the minion wave and contest Raynor a bit as well. If you don't know, my E ability actually, it's you put a buff on you that increases your movement speed and use pretty decent AoE damage around you after a few seconds. Now I go for the Molten Core. You get 3 new abilities. One is the Swing, the other is the Comet, and the other is the Mark. I'm just using it to clear out the boss, and as you can see, the boss is just doing damage to me. And when that finishes, the fort is back on untouched HP. So Ragnaros is pretty good on maps that is going to be pretty good on maps that rely on defending certain structures from immortal damage, from big boss damage. Like other maps that this would happen is going to be Battlefield of Eternity, Infernal Shrines, I wouldn't suggest it that much on tempo of Anubis, because you could probably soak the tempo damage, but I don't feel like it's going to be worth it. It's better just to contest in my opinion. As you can see, I picked the wave ultimate here, and I'm surprised that it dealt that much hero damage. I wasn't expecting the hero damage to be that high. Now, the ultimate itself is actually pretty easy to dodge, and you can actually see on the minimap, even if you're in the enemy team, when the wave comes. Because I had a game when I had an enemy team Ragnaros, and I could see his wave traveling on the lane. Now, you actually need to have map awareness to deal with that. But when it comes to clearing waves and just applying pressure to a certain lane, especially if you're fighting on this lane, currently, it's just an awesome ultimate. The other ultimate, I actually haven't had an opportunity to use it that much because I generally feel that this ultimate is better. But I would suggest that you use it if you have combo potential. Like if you have Zarya with Graviton Surge, if you have 0-2 with Void Prison, if you have ATC, then the first ultimate is definitely a go-to ultimate because you can combo out tons of damage with it. Now I actually try to zone out Chromia a bit because she's being really annoying and no one from our team is actually dealing with her. I'm going to go actually Molten Core on their fort here to surprise with some pretty nice damage. We're going to be able to get the Chromie. I'm going to clear some of those trash minions as well. I noticed actually that I think the Q on the Molten Core maybe stuns. I'm not really sure, but I saw that Chromie got stunned there by someone. I'm going to land the comment there as well. Explosion Zone, removing Arthas the possibility to escape, and we're grabbing some pretty nice kills here. I'm going to land a comment there on Dehaka, and damage from Karazim is going to be enough. Now, new Haunted Mines. There's my wave actually coming just now. As you can see, the wave did just pretty good damage on Uriel there. I actually used it a bit earlier, but it has some travel path with riches to you, so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but still it's pretty valuable. And people can actually forget about it coming when you're in big chaos, so that's pretty fun as well. Now this level 13 is a talent that actually doesn't improve your comment. I decided to go for the Tempered Flame because it allows me to get some shield from my E ability. So that's pretty cool. It means I can go a bit more aggressive into Chromie and soak some damage. The Q upgrade also allows you to get a bit more heal, but that focuses you to be using your melee ability a bit more, which I wouldn't suggest, especially versus heavy ranged. Now I actually try to stay away from any AoE damage here, but we managed to secure a majority of the skulls. Now we're on the chase here. Didn't manage to land a pretty good comment there, but actually decided to gank them on the other side here. Buff myself a bit of the movement speed so I can catch up to Uriel, and we're going to be able to clear them pretty nice. Now I actually decided, even despite the fact that the skull giant is actually pretty weak, I still decided to soak as much as possible, so we're winning on the siege game. It's going to be pretty easy here. I think actually Dehaka contested me. Actually, Dehaka did a pretty good job at contesting me because I didn't dodge a lot of the spells that the golem did. I got caught by on the root there, and Dehaka is dealing pretty nice damage there on me in general. Now I got caught by the root again. The shield is going to help me sustain pretty well though. The Haka now pulling me closer to him. One heal is going to make me comfortable again. And now I'm going into the Molten Core. Going to swing that sweet damage on the boss there. Generally you wanna spam. There the hack is actually going a bit low, and I'm not really sure why he's overstaying though. One thing I should have figured out about Ragnaros earlier about the Molten Core is that his other two spells actually have a lot of range. And I haven't been abusing that. I thought that it's basically near my melee range most of the time. So yeah, that was a bit of a misplay from me. And now my team actually managed to damage the core quite a lot. Now I'm a bit confused if I should go towards the tower path or towards the safer path. I chose the safer path, and the core is at 10%, but everyone is pretty well, and I don't feel like I should be going solo there. I decide to retreat. I actually have this molten comet talent that if I hit a comet, I get an absorption shield from spell damage, which is pretty good versus Chromie as well. And I actually decided to go very aggressive versus Chromie, but I'm going to get swamped by 4 people and I'm going to instantly die, which is pretty unfortunate, but oh well. Attack is securing a camp there. Now on level 20, I actually wouldn't suggest you to go for the upgrade wave ability. It really depends. I personally would go for the improved molten core. But I don't know, it really depends, because you do get a second stack of the wave ability, which is pretty nice. But on the other hand, 10-second cooldown reduction from 100 seconds isn't that cool. Wow, the molten core improves your HP and damage on the molten core itself. I'm not really sure about damage, I think it was duration actually, but still it seems like a much better upgrade in general. The first ultimate upgrade doesn't seem that strong as well. I would suggest it that you go for the, if you're going for the combo potential, then you can try it. Now actually send my wave on the top there to clear the minions. I think there was a merc camp as well there, so I wanted to do that as well. And now here I have a pretty nice gank on Chromie there. I'm going to get close to her. I'm going to land a pretty nice comment, and I'm going to change the direction of the comment there, as you saw, and that's going to be enough to finish out the Chromie. Now I'm going to be on Rainer. I don't have enough damage, but here again a comment, Coach comment, going to actually didn't need to change the direction there, but landing those 2 kills is going to allow us to finish out the core. By the way, another talent for level 20 is actually the bonus talent that allows you to, I'm actually going to do some pretty nice damage on the Kaka there, that allows you to go underground and heal. That's actually a very nice talent that you might consider, especially if team fights are hard and you can dodge a lot of abilities with it. But in general, I wouldn't suggest you to be upgrading one of the 2 ultimates. I would only maybe go for the wave ultimate upgrade if you're on a 3-lane map and you're fighting versus a heavy pusher like Zu or Asmodan or something. So I'm pretty happy with Ragnaros, guys. I'm definitely going to be playing him much more. I consider him to be something between hybrid specialist and melee assassin, so he's pretty interesting. And yeah, hope he doesn't get picked that much, so I have some more opportunities to play with him. So that's going to be everything from me from today, guys. So thank you for watching, and until next time, stay righteous. I wasted my Q as well. Now the Syndragosa, all the dragon animation, by the way, is pretty cool on this kid. He's going to freeze the fort. I'm trying to get this artist, but the Mophirian ult is going to go. Nice kill from Rhaegar there. I'm just trying to poke through this small gate on the side, which actually gives me a very nice defensive point here, which is going to allow me to survive. Going to land a kill there on Arthas.